So, ladies and gentlemen, information reaching us now. You know, say, was it not last week? Trump lists some countries that have been banned from entering America, and others are restricted. You know, they restrict some, they ban some. Now, another list is coming out. And the information reaching us now is that new list where they come out now of countries where they want ban from entering America now, Nigeria named the inside. And not just Nigeria, about 20-something other African countries named there inside. Like the list is jam-packed with Africans. Let me show you this news. The Guardian newspaper reported, United States President Donald Trump is considering adding Nigeria and some African countries to a list of countries hit with a visa ban. The Washington Post on Saturday reported that an internal memo signed by Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, said 36 countries might be affected by the travel ban if approved by Trump. The Trump administration cited a lack of government transparency and a proper database to freely vet the background of travelers from these countries as the reason for the incoming ban, amid efforts by the government in Washington to reduce immigration to the United States. The new list includes Angola, Benin Republic, Burkina Faso, Cape Verde, Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, Democratic Republic of Congo, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Egypt, Gabon, Gambia, Ghana, Liberia, Malawi, Mauritania, Niger, Nigeria, Sao Tome and Principe, Senegal, South Sudan, Tanzania, Uganda, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Others are Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Saint Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, Bhutan, Cambodia, Kyrgyzstan, Syria, Tonga, Tuvalu, and Vanuatu. Which kind of countries be this one? The countries on the new list are also expected to submit to the State Department on Wednesday an initial plan of action to meet the new requirements. United States authorities said some countries in the list had no competent or cooperative central government authority to produce reliable identity documents or other civil documents. The countries, according to the Trump government, might also have suffered from widespread government fraud, and others had large numbers of citizens who overstayed their visas in the United States. The memo sent Saturday to the U.S. diplomats who work with the countries said the governments of listed nations were being given 60 days to meet new benchmarks and requirements established by the State Department. The planned travel ban followed similar restrictions placed on nationals from 12 countries, which are Afghanistan, Myanmar, Chad, the Republic of Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen by the United States earlier this month. Like the previous proclamation, the majority of the countries under consideration for the next wave of travel restriction, dubbed the Third World List, are African nations. Out of 36 countries on the list, 25 are from Africa, including Nigeria and America's two closest military allies on the continent, which are Egypt and Djibouti. Some of you will hate Trump for this. But those of you who are logical thinkers will understand why he's taking this decision. Now, I live in an estate where most of the people are government technocrats. If you come to my estate, if you see this man, you'll see a former GM of this. If you see this man, you will see a present secretary general of this. Those are the kind of people that live in my estate. But recently, we started noticing that Yahoo boys don't infiltrate the estate. So these technocrats are now feeling unsafe. The estate is an idea to house sensible people. But now, G-boys are the food, the estate, they don't drive Benz anyhow. So you know what my estate is doing now? They are screening people from entering. If they come this estate now, where you they stay before? Once you say now one place or should they'll look you where. What do you do? Once you say I'm into crypto, they'll look you where. Once you say I'm doing FX, they'll look you where. It's not as if those businesses are bad, but now there are many fraudsters they hide put. Before you know, show us your account statement. We want to see the people that sent you money. They don't just want you to enter because you have money. They want to make sure they sanitize the people who live here. It's the same thing with the American dream. The American dream is not just a nation because some people are citizens. No, it is an idea. An idea of a set of people that gather themselves together and say, we are one, we are Americans. What they don't want you to do is to infiltrate them with your stolen money from Africa. That's why you're hearing that most of the people, most of the nations named there are nations who their country have fraud issues with the government. That's one. Secondly, if you enter America from Spain and you go rob shop, because you come from Spain, they get your full details. Spain is an organized country. They know when you were born, where you were born, the school you go, your mama house, your papa house, everybody gets social number. Proper database, that's the word. But you see in Nigeria, if it cause problem for Lagos, maybe you won't go local and nobody know you. How many people get database for this country? All these ones we call themselves Boko Haram, where they have a forest. So we don't see their face yet, we don't know them. Because there's no proper database. So when they don't come on Nigeria and go abroad, and when they cause trouble, Nigeria does not have a proper database to give the American government and say, this is who the person is. The American government does not feel safe anymore. No come. And they tell us, see this madness that they do for Nigeria here and some African countries. Now, yeah, they work. If you go to a same client, they will stop you from coming. You see what is costing us now? Very soon, we will not be able to travel to America. Do you know that for a year, if you go apply American visa, if you wait 2 years, they wait for date. But in South Africa, the American embassy is empty. People don't want to go. Because their country is okay. When you see this list where they come now, they put South Africa there. If you apply visa from South Africa, the way you take it on. But yeah, they go check us, check your papa document, your mama document, everything, and still decide not to give you the visa after you have paid visa fee. Can we put our house in order, please, Africans? Can we put our house in order? The inferiority complex is alarming. We have resources more than every nation in the world. I'm still telling you, the whole resources in Europe, apart from Russia, come on, Russia, the full Europe put together, their resources not the one they only the Arrow Congo. Only the Arrow Congo. We never talk Nigeria. So how come we have the highest resources and we are the poorest people? How can one country in Africa have resources more than the full continent of Europe, and yet you are poorer than every country in Europe? Is that not madness? And we borrow from everybody. We are borrowing from Europe, we are borrowing from Asia, we are borrowing from America, we are borrowing from Australia, we are borrowing from everywhere. Just now, Tinubu go drop a list of amounts he want borrow. He brought in yen, in euros, in dollar. One borrow from all the continents, including Africa. What happened? What is it? You have the second highest reserve of bitumen in the world. You know that way they take the tar road. One that they call quota. It's called bitumen. We have the second highest reserve of bitumen in the world by nation. But the one we they use with the import them. That is how useless we are. And you expect people to open their doors to us. No, they can't. They call useless the place. They're not the closer. No. They're not the closer. And this one will touch our politicians. Well, so they get diplomatic passports. I'm gonna vote APC again.